Good morning and welcome to the 2023 Wakefield Memorial High School's graduation. I'm Oj Singhvi. I've been the class treasurer for the past 4 years. I've been given the privilege to be the master of ceremonies for today's program. Thank you to the families, faculty, and friends here today celebrating our past 4 years. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you on this wonderful morning. To begin the ceremony, I would like to welcome Emma Shinney, the Student Council President, to lead us through the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a performance by the National Anthem by Wakefield High School students Nadia Collins, Paige McGibbon, and Morgan Wallace. Please stand and continue to stand until the National Anthem is over.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our first student speaker, Harry Hodzik, has been a great friend of mine since the first time we stepped into this school as freshmen. After COVID dwindled following our sophomore year, Harry jumped into his new role with enthusiasm, doing a great job these past 2 years. I introduce to you our senior class president, Harris Hodzik, to make his final address.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty members, proud parents, and my fellow graduates, good morning. I, Harry Hodzik, am extremely honored to be here speaking today. Welcome to the graduation of the outstanding class of 2023 here at Wakefield Memorial High School. I'd like to thank all of you, family and friends, faculty and staff, members of administration, and the school committee, and of course, our class advisor, Mr. Tolios, for your unrelenting support throughout the past 4 years. Without you all, none of us would be here today. There are few days in life like high school graduation, a single day that represents the importance of an experience years in the making. For high school students, graduation represents the culmination of 4 years of determination and perseverance. It represents the good times and the bad times, the friendships made, lessons learned, and the tests that you realize you should have studied more for in the middle of taking them. Whenever you ask someone what they learned in high school, they will not tell you about how mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, or how Dolly Madison saved the burning Washington portrait in the War of 1812. Shout out to Matt and Sean. They will tell you how they grew as a person, how they learned how to overcome adversity and perform under pressure. For many of us, that pressure was learning how to write whole essays in a single night. For others, it was writing an important graduation speech the night before graduation. We endured it all with the help of outstanding teachers and peers. Now, I could sit here and talk about how lucky you all are to have such a handsome and hardworking president. But if I did that, Mr. Mulaney would probably tackle me off the stage right now. But what I will talk about is how, as a grade, we were able to raise enough money to have a fantastic prom at Fenway Park, in addition to an excellent senior week activity. From the bottom of my heart, I mean it when I say I couldn't have asked for a better group of class officers to have worked with. Let us go forth from this graduation ceremony with our heads held high, knowing that we are prepared to overcome any challenges that come our way. Let us make our mark on the world and show the true strength and spirit of our class. Thank you.
We are honored to be joined here today with our school committee members and their chair, Mr. Thomas Markham. We appreciate the countless hours of his own time he gives to the school committee. Alongside Mr. Markham, the entire school committee continues to put an immense effort and hard work into the Wakefield Public Schools. Please welcome Mr. Thomas Markham.
Good morning. Wow, it's great to be here, all outside on a beautiful, sunny day, all in one place, celebrating the student achievement of our kids, our students, our siblings, our neighbors, our friends, and yes, to most of us parents here today, actually, our kids. On behalf of the Wakefield School Committee, it's my pleasure to welcome everyone to today's celebration of Wakefield's finest young people. Their 13 years of elementary and secondary learning, academic achievements. Congratulations, class of 2023. Yeah. Thank you to everyone, of course, for coming today. Rain or shine, inside or outside, trials and tribulations, ups and downs, planning and replanning. Today, we celebrate your 13-year journey. We parents know how quickly those 13 years have come and gone, reflecting with love in our hearts and a tear in our eye, how you have grown, developing into interesting, inspiring, compassionate, and thoughtful young people. I first do want to acknowledge and thank the town of Wakefield and all of its people for setting a culture that values education, and how fortunate we have been to have the resources readily available to guide and lead your academic, social, athletic, and spiritual growth. I thank and appreciate the dedication and work of your teachers, counselors, nurses, and all school staff who have worked hard to make every day something special for learning, to make every school space someplace welcoming and safe, to make social and emotional health and wellness, especially in these last 4 years, a priority. Mostly, of course, thanks to the parents, staff, and student peers for making a school environment comfortable and confident to inspire students to challenge themselves. Whether an athlete, a musical or art performer, a creative force in student leadership, a voice for social justice, a caring friend and classmate to someone in need, the class of 23 has it all. In short, thank you, Wakefield Warriors. Yeah. Of all the lessons you've learned both in and out of class, all the books you've read, the essays you've wrote, the nights spent cramming for tests or projects, the relationships you began, ended, and mended, and all the delightful and dreadful experiences you've had on from your first day of kindergarten to your last day of high school, it's led to this day. One day that no one ever thought would come so fast. Whether you're a Dahlberg kid, a Greenwood kid, a Walton kid, a Woodville kid, a St. Joe's kid, or really anywhere, you're all Wakefield graduates today and forever. Dr. Seuss tells us the more you read, the more things you'll know. The more you learn, the more places you'll go. How true, from the simplest of childhood rhymes to the complexities of life, never stop reading and learning. Finally, On behalf of the Wakefield school community, I wish every single one of you success and happiness in your endeavors you choose to pursue. I join your parents, your families, and teachers in congratulating you on your success today and every day, and look forward to great achievements in your future. I am enthusiastically aware and confident that you have so much to offer the world as a generation. You have what it takes to be the kindest, most empathetic, thoughtful, creative, skillful, and inclusive generation ever. Don't forget it, and don't let us down. You will go on to do great things, and I could not be more excited for the next chapters of your lives. Congratulations and love to the class of 2023. It's a great day to be a warrior.
Next, I would like to introduce to you our Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Douglas Lyons has been a remarkable leader in motivating and inspiring students for the best education they can receive. We are honored to have been a student body under Dr. Lyons' leadership. Please join me in welcoming Superintendent Dr. Lyons.
Oh, just thank you very much for the kind words. Good morning. I'm going to step back here. It's an honor to be here this morning to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2023. They have done and experienced so much in 4 short years. I say 4 short years because time goes quickly. To parents, grandparents, and loved ones, thank you very much for being here with us, and welcome. To faculty and staff that has come here to see your students graduate, thank you as well. Teachers are truly amazing. I don't know if I would be here this morning if it weren't for a few very special mentor teachers. I don't know if I would be an administrator here if it weren't for some very special administrators that were formerly teachers in my life as well. Being a teacher is an amazing opportunity to work with young people, to encourage you to be better people, to learn, and to continue to be learners in the profession that we've chosen. I'm very happy to report that I'm still learning and trying to make a difference every day in the work that we're doing here in public education here in Wakefield. So thank you to the teachers. Much greatly appreciated for your work. I'll be brief today in my remarks. I'd like to just make 2 gentle suggestions to the graduates. Suggestions that were made to me when I was about your age, and I think these suggestions for me made all the difference. The first is to think about what you want to be and what you want to do. You need to make a plan to get there. The suggestion is to make goals. Write them down. When you were at Galvin, you probably heard Travis Roy speak to you, if you remember, and one of the messages was to write down your goals. We know that writing down goals increases your opportunity for positive outcomes, task performance, and motivation. I want to encourage you to write down a personal goal, a professional goal that might relate to your work, and also a goal that might relate to your learning, your academics, or your training. After hearing this advice several times when I was your age, I finally sat down and wrote down my goals. I recently came across those goals, and I'm really happy to say that those goals, I didn't achieve all of them, but it was a guide for me to move forward, something to look forward to, something to work toward. And the second gentle reminder is to continue to learn about yourself and learn about others. The suggestion is to work on your relationships. Developing positive relationships and making meaningful connections with family, friends, and new communities are essential for your growth and development. Investing time and effort in this area can help you build and maintain strong relationships that lead to a greater sense of belonging and place in any community that you're a part of, anything that you move on to next. Relationships are part of your identity. They help you show up in the world, to be seen and to see others. Please know that you are always and will be part of the Wakefield community. When you get where you are going, show up, work hard, make a difference, and always remember that the people make the place. So please, as you move on, stay connected with your family and friends as you are traveling and starting anew in college, military service, or work. Work at being available. Listen, and try to leave things better than you found them. In an increasingly fast-paced world where people are super connected through technology and social media, in a lot of ways, you can still feel isolated with all these connections. There's really no substitute for face-to-face conversation, a hug, laughter of family and friends. Take the time for people you love, for them, and more importantly, for yourself. To the class of 2023, thank you for all that you have done for us and for one another. We look forward to hearing great things as you move forward. Thank you and have a great day.
Next, I would like to introduce someone essential for our success we celebrate today. Principal of Wakefield Memorial High School, Ms. McLeod, has guided us through some of the most challenging yet important years of our life. Not to forget that COVID-19 abruptly cut down our freshman year, sending all of us into an isolated environment. Despite the large responsibility COVID-19 left Ms. McLeod, she sprung back the following year, leading a smooth hybrid schedule. We are honored to have had such a great principal. Please welcome Ms. Amy McLeod.
Thank you very much, Otis. I laugh at that smooth hybrid schedule. That's a good one. And thanks for using the word hybrid. That makes me happy that we could bring that moment back. Good morning, everybody. School committee, administration, faculty, staff, families, guests, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2023. It really is an honor to stand up and speak to you one last time as your high school principal. You know, every year when I begin to write my graduation speech, I try to reflect on you as a whole, the class, and for me, think about what I'm going to remember about the group. The class of 2023 is a class that is full of unique and unforgettable personalities, individuals who stand out for just unapologetically being themselves. In a time when conformity and popular norms rule, so many of you have rejected that pressure to be like everybody else and have been proud to just be you. From our morning weather announcer to our in-house sports announcer, and from our creative artists to our fieldhouse warriors, you will all be remembered for the incredible marks you have left here. Like Dr. Lyons, I consider myself a teacher at heart. So today, I would like to take a few moments at the podium to teach you one last lesson. So I'm not gonna make you turn and talk, and you don't need to take out any paper and take some notes. But I do wanna take you back to your days at the Doyle or at the elementary schools and quickly review your ABCs. However, these are ABCs that I would like to share to represent the qualities and characteristics that have helped me in my life, and I hope can guide you as you leave here onto your next steps. So with the help of a few of your classmates today, let's begin our lesson. Dante Russo, are you ready? Dante, can you stand up and tell us what the A stands for? That is correct. Today, A is for adventurous. Life is an epic adventure that is about to unfold before you. It's a vast and uncharted territory, filled with exciting opportunities, challenging detours, and invaluable treasures that can be discovered if you are willing to embrace the unknown. So I urge you to be adventurous, take risks, challenge yourself, and explore new things. This past April, I was lucky enough to travel with a number of you to Paris and Barcelona. I saw firsthand how incredible your journey was when you led it with an adventurous spirit. You tried new foods, you practiced your fluency in other languages, you connected with new people, and you really stepped outside of your normal routines to learn and explore. The growth I saw from this group of students in 7 short days was remarkable. So like your fellow European travelers, I hope you will all explore boldly as you forge ahead into your future. A life filled with a sense of adventure and curiosity will never be dull, and it will lead you to discover new wonders, even little ones, every day. Jillian Schwartzberg, can you tell us what B stands for? That is correct. B is for balance. Thank you. One of the hardest things that everyone struggles with that I know is balance. The balance between work and pleasure. The balance between eating right and indulging. The balance between splurging on desired things versus saving. Or the balance between doing what we have to do versus doing what we want to do. Finding balance, I'll tell you, is a lifelong challenge. And I'm not sure anyone has it completely figured out. I know this is something that I struggle with myself every day, as an educator, as a mom, as a wife, and as a friend. But balance is essential to our happiness and well-being. It can provide us with perspective, help reduce stress in our lives, and improve our mental health. Many of you have worked on balance these past 4 years between your academic, social, and personal commitments. I don't know how some of you keep up with all of you do and keep balanced. Some of you also have struggled with this balance, but the process of working toward it is what matters. Be patient. It does take time and practice, so be patient with yourselves as you strive to find that right balance in all areas of your life. Finally, we have C, Gabby Manassian. Can you stand up and tell us what C stands for? C is for compassion. In a world that often seems divided and disconnected, from politics to privileges, compassion is what connects us and binds us together. Compassion is the power to empathize, to understand, and to uplift others. My hope for you is that you will live a life full of compassion. Listen with an open heart and mind. Extend a helping hand to those in need, and embrace and celebrate the diversity around you. Acts of compassion and kindness, no matter how small, have the power to create ripples of change that can transform lives and our communities for the better. I have seen you all demonstrate so much compassion over your 4 years. You've held fundraisers for food banks. You've held fundraisers to raise money for Ukrainian citizens. You wore black to show solidarity with the BSU to combat injustice and intolerance. Or sometimes you simply recognized a classmate in need by asking if they were okay or if they needed help in challenging moments. In our world that needs compassion more than ever, I hope you will keep your hearts and minds open, understanding, and accepting. Class of 2023, as you leave here on your various journeys, I hope you will take this lesson with you and remember your ABCs. Embrace the adventure, find your balance, and let compassion be your guide. And most importantly, find joy in the journey and always remember where you came from. You are all warriors at heart. I am so proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations and enjoy your graduation day.
The class essayist is nominated and selected by the faculty to give a keynote address here at graduation. It so happens that our class secretary, Jackson Wyatt, was also selected to be our class essayist. After a swift 4 years working and becoming friends with Jackson, I cannot think of someone better to hear from. I would like to introduce both our class secretary and this year's class essayist, Jackson Wyatt.
Thank you for the introduction, Otis. You've made my mother cry, and I haven't even started. I would like to begin by thanking the teachers who elected me to this position. You have all had a unique and profound impact on me. From the birth of leisure time at Coney Island to Henry David Thoreau's refusal to pay his taxes, I thank you with the deepest sincerity. Now, I understand a lot of these speeches begin with childhood anecdotes, so here is mine. I was given a betta fish when I was 7 years old as a reward for behaving at my uncle's wedding rehearsal. This fish, though I never named it, was a great friend of mine, and he was shortly joined by a goldfish I won at a carnival. The three of us lived in harmony, them in the tank, me in the house, for just about a year. Things went awry on the eve of my birthday, October 28th, 2012, the middle of Hurricane Sandy. I had gone to sleep imagining all the presents I would be unwrapping. Instead, I awoke to an empty fish tank. Distressed, I asked my father what had happened. His reply, Hurricane Sandy got to them. Wow, I thought. The storm must have been so bad that my two fish decided they did not want to live in such a tumultuous world. I imagine they must have aquatically Romeo and Julieted themselves in my living room. I believed this until about a year ago. Turns out, my betta fish ate the goldfish and both died shortly after. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, as we've all seen over the past few years, sometimes things happen beyond our control. And in those times, it may be easier to comfort ourselves with Shakespearean fish stories than confront the truth that one of my best pals was a cannibal. To borrow a quote from Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five, so it goes. That phrase serves as something of a mantra in the book, and I've adopted that mantra as my own. Those 3 words have helped me stare down the uncertainty of the future and understand that some things are simply beyond my control. Some things simply just go. To my fellow classmates, as we graduate into these uncertain times, I urge you, too, to accept that certain events and actions are beyond your control. We live in an age of information, and if every one of us acted on every bit of news we received, we would probably go insane. Now, do not take what I say to mean that we should all roll over and let the world pass us by. Rather, I am telling you to focus on the things that we, as individuals, have power over. From whether or not we take out the trash, to which political candidate we decide to vote or donate to, we have an impact. Of course, with that said, many of our impacts will be detrimental to ourselves and future generations. We will continue to idle our cars in parking lots or commit a variety of other offenses against the planet we are warming much too quickly. But of course, I am not here to simply rant without offering any solutions, the easiest of which, I believe, is to read. I know it will be tempting to many of you to avoid doing so once you no longer have any pesky English teachers grading you, but I believe it is of the utmost importance. Ray Bradbury writes in Fahrenheit 451 that you don't have to burn books to destroy a culture, just get people to stop reading them. And considering the recent waves of book bannings across the country, I'd consider that quote more relevant than ever. Read anything, read Baldwin, read Bukowski, read Steinbeck, but make sure to scrutinize what you read. Propaganda comes from all angles, and it's important to question everything, even if it's in a book. Just know that no informed citizen or great thinker owes thanks for their acumen to a diet of sitcoms and cable news. I also encourage you to take risks. My first day of junior year, I arrived, in my mother's minivan, mind you, and parked square in the middle of senior lot. This moment of civil disobedience, which at the time I did not know was an act of rebellion at all, led to negative glances and whispers from friends that I could not do that. Me, being a much more timid junior, conformed to these pressures, and in fact, did not park there for the rest of the year. Looking back, I regret that I succumbed so easily to that arbitrary rule, but I do admire that I was courageous enough to park there at all. I may not have known it at the time, but by taking that risk, however small it was, boosted my self-confidence just enough, and the fact that I still think about that event tells me everything I need to know about taking risks. So in your lives, whether it is big, or in my case a minivan-sized risk, I urge you to take it, for the results may yield more than you could hope for. Lastly, as we enter into this rapidly changing world, I ask you, my fellow graduates, in our moments of fear or loneliness, to remember that whatever is affecting us shall pass. So it goes. I will leave you now with the words of Thomas Pynchon. Keep cool, but care. Thank you.
It is tradition to hear from the few individuals with the highest academic standing in the graduating class. Jess is hardworking, dedicated to her studies, and always pushes herself to achieve her best. I am honored to introduce to you this year's Salutatorian, Jessica Pan.
Hi, everyone. Thank you to family, teachers, friends, and of course, fellow graduates for coming today. First of all, congratulations to the class of 2023 for finally making it to this point in our lives. I don't really think it will truly feel real until the summer's over and we all officially move on to the next part. I know that when we entered high school, many of you probably didn't know what my voice even sounded like. I have not been the most outgoing person and often stuck to the same group of people. Especially during middle school and the beginning of high school, I very rarely spoke up in class and more so listened to what was going on around me. So, you might be able to imagine my reaction when I heard that I had to give a speech in front of everyone at graduation. I kept saying to the people around me that I probably could have just not done my homework a few more times or flunked a few more exams, and then I might not have had to stand up here in front of everyone. But now that I'm here, I'm still definitely freaking out, but I'm also grateful for the opportunity. I'd first just like to take this time to quickly express my gratitude to everyone that helped me and my fellow graduates get to this point, those who supported us throughout the years. Thank you to all of the family members here, to my parents who always supported me and pushed me to do my best work. Although there have been many disagreements these past few years, I know that you guys only wanted what was best for me. Thank you also to all of the teachers we have had the privilege of having. I did not realize just how much influence they have had on me until I caught myself quoting them and reminiscing about previous classes. Finally, thank you to all of my friends and classmates. I am very grateful for the people I have met during these years. We went on this journey together, and now we're ending it together. I have silently walked past many of you in the hallways and have forcibly shoved past many of you in Crash Corner trying to get to class. But we should acknowledge the fact that we stuck together for so long, even those who are newer to the school. I appreciate all of the experiences I've had in these past 12 years. Even when I had to cram in all of my art pieces in those last few weeks before the AP art exam, which I never would have submitted if it weren't for Mrs. Giannotti. I know I will remember these past 12 years all too well. And yes, I did write that part of my speech during the Taylor Swift concert. During my time at WMHS, I think that I have come out of my shell quite a bit. I still struggle with being more outgoing, and sometimes I prefer being a bit more introverted. As I said earlier, when I entered high school, I would say that most of you probably didn't know what my voice sounded like. Throughout senior year, however, I think I was able to branch out a bit more. I talked to more people, raised my hand a bit more, and overall used my voice. I was able to find a group of people that I can truly be myself around. Thank you, Mr. Hoover, for giving us that piece of advice, to surround ourselves with a group of people that will accept us for who we are and always support us. I will always keep that piece of advice with me. Voice is important in so many ways, and I, slowly but surely, was able to use mine to progress through these past few years. And now, all of you have heard my voice at least once because of this speech. Thank you for listening. I know that everyone here is going to use their own voices to do great things in the future. We still have so much time ahead of us, but remember to celebrate today. You deserve it.
It is not easy by any means to be at the very top of an entire high school class's academic standing. Throughout her academic journey thus far, Molly Baronato has consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to her studies and a passionate drive to learn. Not only does Molly strive for perfection in the classroom, she puts in countless hours on the athletic fields and in the community as a student representative to the school committee. It is my great honor to introduce to you the class of 2023's valedictorian, Molly Baronato.
Good morning, students, faculty, staff, family, and friends. Thank you all for coming to celebrate with us. And to the class of 2023, take it all in. We did it. You all deserve the deepest congratulations. I am a younger sibling, and one thing I've learned about being a younger sibling is that in some cases, you grow up with two names. You have your own name and your older sibling's name. So, for 18 years now, I've listened to friends, teachers, and yes, even my own parents call me Emily, when, in fact, that's my older sister's name. My name is Molly. As any younger sibling knows, this can get pretty old, especially when they say, "You just look so similar." We don't. But you do get used to it. The first time it happens, I might correct the person. The second time, I'll probably roll my eyes. By the third time, I give up and just answer to her name. Truthfully, though, I never actually minded the comparison. In fact, I think it's a compliment. After all, my sister is my beacon and my best friend. And while I hope that the name on my diploma says Molly and not Emily, I know that I am standing up here giving this speech today in large part because of her wise words, which have guided me through high school. Almost exactly 4 years ago today, I watched Emily walk across this same stage. She was leaving high school as I was entering, and on the day of her graduation, she gave me a book of advice for my time at Wakefield High. She called it the 4-year plan. For the next few minutes, I would like to share some of that advice from Emily that helped me survive high school. The advice in the 4-year plan covered every aspect of high school. It ranged from when you get to Crash Corner, duck your head and plow through, to how important it was for us to win our gym class's volleyball tournament, to how the History Hall bathroom has the best mirror for taking pictures. Clearly all the vital information someone would need for school. But of all the advice, big and small in the book, I think about one page the most. A page with only one phrase on it, in simple black letters. It's about the people. Back then, I skimmed past this page pretty quickly. After all, I was a 14-year-old girl, and as many of you know, parents and teachers in particular, 14-year-old girls think they know just about everything. I had friends, I planned on joining activities and playing sports, and I had lived in Wakefield my whole life, with many of you here today. At the time, I cared more about how on earth I was going to get from History Hall to English Hall in a 5-minute passing period. It's about the people felt like a cheesy sentiment, one that I could disregard entering the 9th grade. But now, as we all proudly gather here today to celebrate our accomplishments over these past 4 years, I do think I understand better what my sister meant, and I believe it's a lesson we can all take to heart as we enter the next adventures in our lives. Yes, we have learned lots of facts in high school, and we've gained incredible amounts of knowledge. We've dedicated ourselves to extracurricular activities. We have worked so hard and planned so much to get to this point. For me, I've had a meticulous plan for how I wanted school to go and what I thought would come next. And yet, I am standing here today, comfortable saying to you that I don't know what the coming years have in store. But I'm okay with the uncertainty because of the people around me who have supported me and helped me realize how much more there is to learn, and helped me to understand that it's okay to be uncertain. We all are, and it's okay. I'm okay with the uncertainty because over the last 4 years, certain people, my best friends, have taught me how to have fun in the moment, to know what true joy feels like as we drive around Lake Quannapowitt singing our favorite songs. I'm okay with the uncertainty because other people, my favorite teachers, have shown me what it means to fall in love with learning, even subjects like history and physics, 2 subjects I would have avoided at all costs 4 years ago. I'm okay with the uncertainty because for the last 4 years, my family members, the most important people in my life, have shown their support at every band competition, lacrosse game, or school event. I have learned about friendship, dedication, and sacrifice, not from a textbook, but from those people I have leaned on for the last 4 years. It's about these people. It is from spending so much time with this wonderful group of people in front of me, the class of 2023, the faculty, family, and friends, that I have learned the value of listening, that hearing another person's perspective is sometimes better than sharing my own. I have learned that school is about more than classes, that memorizing that extra formula is important, but it shouldn't overshadow the equally important experience of being in the Red Sea as the Warriors win another Friday night football game. And I have learned that you can make plans, but you shouldn't expect to always follow them. Life will be unexpected. We don't know what's in store for us in what the adults keep calling the real world, but we should find comfort in what we do know, that we have people around us to help us conquer the bad days and celebrate the good ones. It's about the people. Look around you, class of 2023. Look at the people next to you, the ones in front of you, and those behind you. These are the people who shaped you. Be grateful and make them proud. I don't recognize the person I was entering freshman year, the one reading my sister's 4-year plan, because the people here today changed me for the better. And I no longer mind when someone calls me Emily instead of Molly, because that is a reflection of the way that my role model, one of my people, shaped me. I wish I could stand up here and give you the cliff notes to the next chapters in your lives, but unlike the classes we've taken, life doesn't have a study guide to go with it. Instead, the best cheat sheet I can give you is to remind you that the answers are sitting here with you today. I am here to tell you, class of 2023, that you know a lot more than you did 4 years ago, but you are just scratching the surface. Do not let the uncertainty of the future scare you or get you down. It is wonderful to have reached this point. Now never stop growing and never stop learning. Wherever you go after today, you still have so much to explore and gain, and it will still be about the people. The people here today, yes, but also a world full of new people with new perspectives whom you will meet. I hope that someday you will reminisce about this day with all of the people in your life and marvel at just how far you've come. Appreciative of your past and enthusiastic for your future. Congratulations, class of 2023. We did it, but this is just the start. Thank you.
I am proud to present Anna Morel directing Wakefield Memorial High School's talented chamber singers and treble choir performing Fly Away Home by Pink Zebra.
I'll ride with the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, you know I'll be. I'll fly home. I'll fly away. Well, life is a vision, that's how it should be. The world is a canvas and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, when all is complete, they'll all wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. Our dreams last forever, for all that we know. The roads come together, and that's where we'll go. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away.
Now for the traditional passing of the key, a symbolic moment at Wakefield High where leadership is passed from the graduating seniors to the junior class, the forthcoming leaders of our school. For today's passing of the key, I would like to introduce to you the class of 2023 Vice President Caroline Guanci, and on behalf of the class of 2024, accepting the key will be 2024 Class President Leah Carangelo.
Good morning. Before I pass the key to the 2024 Class President, Leah Carangelo, I would like to extend a few thank yous. First, I would like to thank the Class of 2023. I am grateful to have such a great group of people to grow up with. I would like to thank all of the WHS teachers for everything they have done for us over the past 4 years. I would like to thank the administration for playing key roles in our successes here at Wakefield. I would like to thank our class advisor, Mr. Tolios. Without him and his behind-the-scenes work, our senior week would not have been possible. I would like to thank my fellow class officers for all the work they did for our class. And lastly, I would like to thank all of the younger siblings here today. I'm the youngest of 4, so I've sat through my fair share of graduations, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. I am very fortunate and excited to participate in the passing of the key ceremony today. This ceremony has been a tradition at Wakefield High School for many years as a way to pass the responsibilities and privileges from one senior class to the next. I remember watching my sister pass a key 8 years ago around this time at her graduation and thinking what a long time it'd be until it was my turn to do this. Now, 8 years later, it is my graduation and my time to participate in this event. This key represents pride, responsibility, and strength. Wakefield High is known for having students who represent their school with pride, whether at a sports game, a field trip, or any community event. The seniors are always eager to represent Wakefield with pride. The second value this key represents is responsibility. From freshman year to senior year, our class had matured and grown together. As seniors, we have the responsibility of being leaders of the school, and I can confidently say we did a pretty good job at that. Lastly, this key represents strength. While our freshman year took an unexpected turn, we remained resilient. 2020 was difficult, but it made us stronger as individuals and as a class. It is now time for the class of 2024 to continue to embrace the values we did. I'm confident they will do a great job in being the next leaders of Wakefield High. Best of luck to Leah and the rest of the class of 2024. Thank you for everything, class 2023, and congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Leah Carangelo, and I am the class of 2024 president. Today, I am filled with gratitude and admiration as I accept this key from this outstanding class. The class of 2023 has shared their knowledge, experience, and wisdom within the classroom and beyond. Your mentorship has created a strong foundation upon which we can build our future success. But today, I stand here to thank you for handing us a key that signifies the responsibilities we will take on next year. As we hold this key in our hands, we understand the responsibility that comes with it. It symbolizes the trust you have placed in us. We promise to honor that trust and cherish the lessons we have learned from you. We will strive to follow your accomplishments and make our own marks within our community while remembering the impact you have made during your years here. Your kindness, empathy, and support have prepared us for the challenges that lie ahead during our senior year, and your accomplishments have set the bar high, inspiring us to dream big and work hard towards achieving our goals. So, on behalf of the class of 2024, we thank you for believing in us and for gifting us this key to a brighter future. Thank you.
Another tradition here at Wakefield Memorial High School is the artistic creation and display of class banners. Presenting the banner will be our class PTSA representative, Benjamin Stratton, who has been a great friend of mine through high school, always shocking me with artistic and creative abilities. I would like to welcome Ben Stratton, accompanied by the talented artist behind the creation of our own very beautiful class banner, Emma Scalzo.
Hello. Thank you for sitting here and listening to me through the cold and rain. I'm sure this is exactly what a Taylor Swift concert feels like. As an artist myself, I am especially excited to present this year's class banner. Our banner presents a vision of our legacy and our journey here at Wakefield Memorial High School. We left out the bit, however, where Jackson met the wrath of admin after sending an email to the entire grade. Either way, most of the banner's background has the texture of a cardboard box, symbolizing that much of what we've created here in Wakefield will be packed up and taken with us for the rest of our lives. Every memory we made playing kickball at recess, every letter of the I Care values we completely and entirely forgot, every day we held our heads up high, knowing that the mitochondria was the powerhouse of our cells. We were collecting lessons to take with us in that cardboard box. The map of Wakefield makes up the rest of the background of the banner, because that is where this all started, the backbone behind our success. You all, one moment. You all are ready to leave Wakefield. Even though I know a few of you are going to stick around here forever and follow Wakefield football like it's a second religion, nevertheless, pay close attention to the portrait. Its expression captures just how real these changes are in our lives. Furthermore, the flowers brag about our uncanny ability to bloom with grace wherever life plants us. We are meant to do unprecedented things in this life. Class of 2023, our roots lie deep within the soil of this community, but our futures are pointed straight up to the sky. The time may come when everything seems like it's going to fail, but for God's sake, spread your wings. Tim Grover once said, if you think the price of winning is too high, just wait until you get the bill from regret. It is truly an honor to present this year's banner, designed and created by my fellow graduating senior, Emma Scalzo. There we go.
For the moment you all have been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas. I will now call Mr. Markham, Dr. Lyons, and Ms. McLeod to the stage for the presentation of diplomas.
Thank you. I forgot. Class Valedictorian, Molly Victoria Baranato. Class Salutatorian, Jessica Pan. Class Essayist and Class Secretary, Jackson Thomas Wyatt. Student Council President, Emma Beth Shinny. Class President, Harris Hodzik. Class Vice President, Caroline Ann Guancy. Class Treasurer, Ojas Singhvi. Representative to the PTSA, Benjamin Dillon Stratton. Class Marshal, Matthew Jeffrey O'Connor.
Jack Philip Ahern. David Michael Amioni. Maria Grace Arangio. Paige Christine Arkansas. Anthony Joseph Aria. Jessica Nicole Offrey. Samuel James Bankson. Matthew Joseph Barbera. Drew David Barrett. Gavin Francis Bears. Isabella Grace Bertram. Jaden Arke Blake. Noah Quirino Bonacera. Joseph Boudreau. Kylie Elizabeth Boyle. Bridget Mary Brita. Finton Colin Brennan. Dylan Robert Buccelli. Isabel Ann Buckley. Benjamin Gregory Burdetsky. Lindsay Grace Burke. Sadie Lee Burrows. Paige Rose Butland. Emma Ray Callahan. Justin John Carina. Ryan Patrick Carroll. Ashley Elizabeth Carter. Brian Patrick Casey. Chloe Jamin Classwell. Justin Winghong Shea. Ajani Isabel Cherizme. Nicholas Michael Chiros. Joseph Michael Carlton. Marcus Arthur Conti. Sophia Rose Cook. Amanda Nancy Courtright. Jonathan Chase Courtright. Oshin Dominique Gurin Cullen. John Joseph Curran. Maxwell Tobin Walcott Cusack. Kaiki Souza de Ora. Hannah Beth Dallenbach. Enrico Ezoji Davi Viterbo. Dominic George DeAngelis. Megan Elizabeth DeCourcy. Robert Christopher DeFeo. Eric Matios Bento de França. Christian Joseph Delgado. Nathan James Delgado. Rhea Sunshine De Simone. Jonathan Wilder DeFrena. Ian Augustus Dixon. Sean David Doherty. Amaya Bernice Driggers. Alexander Drawn Driscoll. Lily Mae Duval. Matthew Paul Elwell. Brian Christopher Fabry. Brooke Marie Fahey. JJ Faulkner. Nicholas Panego Fiera. Emma Grace Fitzgerald. Abby Rose Fitzpatrick. Mia Bella Forty. Derek Joseph Freesha. Nathan Jarrower. Kiara Nave Jermil. Timothy Joseph Gordon. Carly Winter Graham. Sebastian Lewis Grantham. Thomas Michael Grover. Ava Cameron Gustafson. Robert Sahag Hagopian. Samuel Aaron Halpern. Marissa Lynn Hayes. Anaya Hernandez. Daniel Lee Herrick. Charlotte Teresa Hill. Sean Francis Hogan. Krista Marquita Imbriano. Anya Gabriella Jacob. Devin Elizabeth Jellison. Marilee Juliana Jewett. Caden William McKay Johnson. Leith Allen Jones III. Catherine Mary Jerzak. Vincent Salvatore Caderas. Bernardo Quintino Kame. Thank you. Emma Rachel Kane. Lucas Paul Newell Keogh. Rachel Lynn Kent. Mary Jane Kerrigan. Anissa Joanne Connie. Charles Ryan Kowal.
Sophia Liliana Laboy. Benjamin Paul Lamar. Amy Megan Lee. Colby Richard Lee. Ariana Marie Lichardi. Spencer William Little. David Mark Lococo. Sydney Grace Lombardi. Maxwell John McDonald. Paige Emily McGibbon. Charlotte Haley McGee. Sophia Eileen Murray Segel. Ethan Samuel Margolis. Thomas Francis Markham IV. Gabriella Marcus Moran. Austin Taylor Marshall. Samantha Marie Marshall. James Patrick Martini. Rochelle Christine Martoni. Mona McCall. Matthew Giovanelli McCoy. Nicholas Joseph McDonough. William Edward McTagg IV. Mador. Summer Lynn Milski. Gabriella Shirley Manassian. Sydney Alden Moon. Molly Samantha Morris. Vivian Marie Model. Caden Anthony Monroe. Sarah Elizabeth Nemick. Madison Lucille Nett. Sanel Ordalaza Santos. Nicholas Vincent Pachi. William Crimmins Pacey. Ria Patel. Peter Joseph Patrika VI. John Henry Porter. Sarah Nicole Pudva. Mazen Gamal Regeb. Jordan Ashley Rayema. Mark Zachary Miller Rainville. John Thomas Regan. Owen Lawrence Riddell. William Charles Riley. Nadeem Yasir Risk. Caroline Grace Roberts. Sabrina Lauren Rogers. Elizabeth Ann Roos. Jenna Nicole Rossi. Charlotte Fatino Rossiconi. Liz Marie Ruiz. Dante Infinity Russo. Valeria Sabov. Ryan Scott Salee. Angel Mackenzie Salvo. Nicholas Joseph Santilli. Zachary Sartori. Emma Lenore Scalzo. Sophia Emily Scalzo. Rosemary Shirafa. Andrew Patrick Skirmahorn. Samuel Rocco Schools. Bella Rose Schwartzberg. Jillian Marie Schwartzberg. Grace Olivia Seabury. Sophie Rose Seidman. Kaylin Paige Shepard. Chloe Elaine Silva. Janielyn Paris Silva. Luca Simeon. William Robert Simpson. Andreas Safranis. Anthony Vincent Sorrentino.
I'll leave it up to them to do that.
Dakota Wyatt Streeter. Kaylee Patricia Sweeney. Megan Alexandra Taggart. Catherine Teresa Taylor. Gianni De Silva Teixeira. Logan Martini Terrio. Aiden Joseph Timmons.
Nicholas Andrew Townsend. Ryan Joseph Tracy. Christopher Thomas Baca. Ashlyn Valentino. Taylor Ann Vader. Ava Elizabeth Vaughn. Emily Gabriela Vicente. Grace Olivia Wallace. James Robert Wastafaro. Ian Winnicky. Michael Joseph Wilkinson. Javen Michael Willis. Finnegan Todd Wilson. Jessica Ann Yannikopoulos. Vienna Shu Joe.
As we conclude this graduation ceremony, let us cherish the memories we have created and the knowledge that we have gained. Thank you to our educators, families, and friends for their support along the way. As we embark on our new journeys, let us pursue our dreams, make a lasting impact on the world, and stay connected to our peers we have made close friends. To those I may never see again, I wish you all the best. Congratulations, class of 2023. We did it. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Get it? Okay, good.